It was love at first sight. He knew he wanted to marry her forever, but she didn't feel the same. Would he ever make her fall in love with him, or would he end up losing her to someone else? Before we start, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Then after watching, do you forget to leave your comment below and click on the bell icon to enable all notifications, because each new video we upload is guaranteed to entertain you. So don't miss any new stories. He thought he'd never see that boy again. But years later, that same child did the unthinkable. What goes around truly comes around. Once upon a time, in a quaint little town nestled amidst rolling hills and a sparkling lake, lived a man named John Miller. He was a simple individual, a quiet school teacher whose life followed a predictable rhythm. Every weekday he'd wake up early, prepare for his classes, and arrive at Willow Creek Elementary School, where he taught young children. His dedication to his students knew no bounds. He wasn't just a teacher, he was a mentor, a guide who inspired his students to dream big and reach for the stars. He was loved by all his colleagues, his students, and the parents who appreciated his genuine care and passion for teaching. Beyond the classroom, John was a pillar of the community. He was always ready to lend a helping hand, organizing charity events, or simply being there for a friend in need. His quiet strength and kindness were a beacon to those around him. However, John's life was about to change in a way he could have never imagined. One fateful evening, as he was walking home from the grocery store, the sky turned a somber gray and raindrops began to fall. The wind picked up, creating a symphony of sound as it danced among the trees. It was just an ordinary rainy night in a quiet town. Suddenly, through the downpour, he saw a small figure standing by the roadside, drenched and shivering. It was a boy, no older than 6 or 7. He stood alone, vulnerable and scared. Without hesitation, John rushed to help. He called out to the boy, his voice echoing in the stillness of the night. "Hey son, why are you out in this weather? Come, let me walk you home." The boy looked up, his eyes filled with gratitude. He mumbled, "Thank you." John gently guided the boy off the road, shielding him with his body to protect him from the strong winds. As they walked, the rain intensified, transforming the road into a rushing river. Suddenly, a car came speeding around the corner. The bright headlights blinded John. In a split-second decision, he pushed the boy off the road and out of harm's way. He yelled, "Get out of here, run." The car screeched to a halt, just inches away from where the boy had been standing. John lay on the ground, the wind knocked out of him, but he slowly got up, his heart pounding in his chest. He turned to see the boy safe on the other side of the road. Relief washed over him. The next thing he knew, he was surrounded by people. The driver of the car, shaken but unharmed, rushed to his aid. The boy's mother, frantic with worry, knelt beside him, tears streaming down her face. "Oh, thank you," she cried, hugging John tightly. "You saved my son's life." John, still in shock, managed a weak smile. He hadn't done anything extraordinary. He'd just acted on instinct. Days went by and the accident became a thing of the past. John returned to his daily routine, the memory of the grateful family fading into the background. He saw the boy at the grocery store with his mother, and they exchanged smiles, acknowledging the profound impact their paths had crossed. However, John never inquired about the boy's name or family. To him, the act of saving a life was its own reward. He carried on, teaching, inspiring, and being the embodiment of kindness. Years rolled by like the changing seasons, painting the landscape with vibrant colors of joy, sorrow, and hope. One crisp autumn morning, as John entered his classroom, a warm smile on his face, ready to impart knowledge and wisdom to his young students, his heart skipped a beat. A sudden, searing pain gripped him, causing him to collapse onto the floor. His students, alarmed by the unexpected sight of their beloved teacher lying motionless on the ground, rushed to his aid. The school nurse, alerted by the commotion, swiftly arrived, her face etched with concern. She checked his pulse, her brow furrowing with worry. His breathing was shallow, his skin clammy. It was clear that John needed urgent medical attention. An ambulance was called, and in no time, the wail of sirens shattered the tranquility of the morning, echoing the urgency of the situation. At the hospital, the doctors delivered the news. John had a rare heart condition, his only chance a risky surgery. But the bills were astronomical. Alone in this world with no family to lean on, how would he manage? Meanwhile, unbeknownst to John, a young, brilliant heart surgeon, was on his way to the hospital. Dr. Alan Reyes was not just a skilled surgeon, he was a beacon of hope for many patients who had given up all hope. Known for his calm demeanor and quick thinking, Dr. Reyes had a gift for making the impossible possible. But today, as he entered the hospital, his steps were heavy with a sense of foreboding. A patient had been brought in who had a slim chance of survival. It was a long shot, but that didn't deter Dr. Reyes. He was a fighter, and so was his patient. Little did he know that this case was more than just another medical challenge. It was a chance for him to pay back a debt he had long forgotten. As Dr. Reyes stepped into the examination room, he was met with a sight that made his heart skip a beat. The patient lying on the bed was John Miller. It was the same man he had saved all those years ago. Time had been kind to John, etching lines of wisdom on his face, but his eyes still held the same sparkle. Recognition dawned on Dr. Rice. He couldn't believe his eyes. It was the boy from that fateful night, now a grown man facing his mortality. A wave of emotions washed over him. Memories of that rainy night, the screeching tires, the blinding lights, flooded back. And then there was the boy, his small form standing on the verge of life and death. Dr. Reyes had never forgotten. He had prayed every day for the boy's well-being. He had watched him grow from a distance, admiring the man he had become. And now here they were, reunited under the most unexpected of circumstances. With a surge of determination, Dr. Reese began the surgery. Hours seemed to fly by in minutes as he and his team worked in unison, their movements precise and efficient. Finally, as the first rays of dawn peeked through the hospital windows, Dr. Reese made the final stitch. The operation was a success. Relief washed over him, but his work was far from over. He had to wait and watch as John was wheeled out of the operating room, his life hanging in the balance. When John regained consciousness, he found himself in a sterile white room, the hum of machines a constant backdrop to his blurry vision. As his eyes fluttered open, he was met with the concerned faces of his doctors and nurses, their expressions a mixture of relief and admiration. Through the haze of medication, John searched for answers, trying to piece together the events that had led him to this point. His thoughts were fragmented, but one thing was clear. He owed his life to Dr. Reese. Days turned into weeks, and John made a remarkable recovery. With the support of his medical team and the community, he was able to focus on his rehabilitation, determined to regain his strength and independence. As he sat in his hospital bed, the door opened, and in walked Dr. Alan Reyes, a warm smile lighting up his face. Upon seeing John awake and recovering, Dr. Reyes couldn't contain his joy. He had hoped for this moment, prayed for it, and now it was a beautiful reality. He approached John, extending a hand. "Hello, Mr. Miller. I'm glad to see you're awake and doing well." John looked up, his eyes filled with gratitude. "Dr. Reese, he began, his voice hoarse from disuse. "Don't you recognize me, Mr. Miller?" Dr. Reese asked gently. "I'm the one who saved your life all those years ago." The realization dawned on John. All those years he had pondered over the heroic act of the stranger who had saved his life, and all this time, Dr. Reese had been right there, his guardian angel in disguise. Overwhelmed with emotion, John reached out, grasping Dr. Reese's hand in a firm shake. "Thank you," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. "You saved my life twice, Dr. Reese. How can I ever repay you?" Dr. Reese, his eyes twinkling with kindness, squeezed John's hand. "Consider it a repayment of a debt, Mr. Miller. Consider it a repayment of a debt. You saved my life when I was too young to understand the gravity of the situation, the fear, the helplessness. You were my hero that night, and now it's my turn to be your hero." And so their lives intertwined once again, bound by a shared past and a future filled with hope and healing. John's journey to recovery was a testament to the human spirit's resilience. While Dr. Reese's selfless actions served as a reminder of the profound impact one person can have on another's life, their story echoed through the halls of Willow Creek Hospital, a beacon of hope in times of despair. As you reflect on this touching tale, remember that kindness knows no bounds. Just as John's act of kindness saved a young life, Dr. Reese's returned the favor years later, proving that the bonds of humanity can transcend time and circumstance. And now it's your turn to contribute to this story. If this narrative touched your heart and inspired you, don't hesitate to share it with others. Spread the message of kindness, compassion, and the enduring power of human connection. And if you've ever experienced a full circle moment like these two, we invite you to share your story in the comments below. Let's create a community of shared experiences and inspire more kindness in our world. Together, let's make a difference, one story at a time.